All right, well, as Wellesley Arms wraps up here, I hope we can get talking to, we'd lift the medium. So, guys, you guys are all from the area?
Yes. Cincinnati area.
Cincinnati area. So where's everybody from exactly, so we get an idea?
Cincinnati.
Southeast Indiana. New Alcis. If anybody knows it, that's a miss. That's a person.
Yeah, I'm Brown County, Ohio.
Brown County, woo, party. All right. So how long you guys been together? Because this will be for the Cincy Shirts podcast. So let's get people get to know you.
About 4 years as a band.
This is all. I've been here about a year and a half.
Okay.
I'm new, but the rest of them before.
New guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he's new though, because he fit right in.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys were working together first, and then brought in LJ.
Correct. Yep.
Very good. So I see Soundgarden T-shirt. Who were some of the other influences for the band?
Alice in Chains, Tool, Pink Floyd, Perfect Circle, Queen, Elton John.
Yeah.
I mean,
Al
Beatles.
Green.
I was at Journey a little bit.
Journey.
Yeah.
A myriad of classic rock.
Yeah.
Everything in between hip hop and even metal. You know what I mean? So.
But it's a very rockin' sound overall.
Yes, indeed it is. Yep.
Yeah.
We're very big on the overall rock sound, but we like to pay homage to vocal harmonies, because we love to embrace that. So
when you're writing the songs, how does that all come together? Does everybody write, or does everybody bring something in, or does somebody start working on something? Everyone says, "Oh, we should do this with the drums or the bass." How's that all come together?
Kind of a little bit of all that, really.
yeah, a little bit of all that. Usually, Joe or Joey will come up with a blueprint for a song, essentially, and then we kind of write it from there, and it just kind of evolves, and we just build it in the practice room. You know what I mean? Over time. So,
All right.
that's kind of our process.
So how many songs you guys have so far, you think?
Probably 25 right about now.
Yeah.
We got about another 10 or 15 in the chute for blueprints, kind of ideas.
I'm going to bring in too. So.
Okay, so is it all like constantly ideas flying around a lot in rehearsal, or is it trying to get down the?
It's kind of perpetual, you know what I mean? As we're playing and rehearsing and trying to stay well tuned, we're also looking forward and what's next, and always chunking away at new ideas and songs. So
We just released our second album in fall of last year, so we're still on the tour part of the new album. So we're not quite in the writing phase. We're dabbling, but we're still getting back to that.
Where most of you guys tour? Midwest, all over the country. What do you
we
cover?
play a lot in the Midwest right now. Last April we did a tour. It was like 9,000 plus miles. About 29 different cities, from Florida to Houston to Oklahoma, all the way back up to New York. So,
A lot of people say, and it doesn't seem to be that way from looking around the festival, that rock is dead. But is rock dead? Doesn't seem to be doing okay.
no, I think Seven Dust and Shinedown and Breaking Benjamin. There's plenty of bands out there. Godsmack just coming back out.
Yeah, it's not dead. It's just things are evolving.
It's the turn of the decade. Every decade something comes to the surface, some sort of genre of music. So
Everything kind of swings back. Like this lot's pretty bluesy, but they're still rocking. Yeah.
sounds great too.
That electric guitar and good beat is never gonna die. It'll never go out of style.
Good harmonies.
Rock kind of encompasses everything, so I mean you can kind of throw a little bit of anything into it. That's the great thing about it.
Well, you guys are closer to my age, so I know it sounds old when we say it, but everything in the chart now seems to sound the same. Where back in the day, at least, you had some variety. There you got some reggae. You'd have Bruce, but you'd also have some reggae. You'd have all kinds of other stuff. But as you're traveling around the country, you're finding there's more musical. This is more diverse than what the radio maybe is representing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know. Like some stuff's sounding the same, but I mean, the whole sound's evolving. Like there's a lot of stuff that people just don't hear on the radio because the radio is not the predominant delivery system as it used to be. So, but you go on Apple Music, there's over 35 million songs. There's plenty out there. It's still a lot of diverse music being created.
And do you guys, when you guys are out and about and touring the country, when you see other bands, you kind of think, like, do you get influenced by that too and find it kind of exposed to new things that way?
Oh, sure. I mean, you're always being stimulated and challenged by other outfits, different bands of different breeds, whether it be blues, rock, or metal. You know what I mean? You kind of pick and choose, but, we all still come from that core sound of what we grew up with, what our parents listened to, what we were inspired by, and kind of collectively what we produce together. So, yeah, I think it's a myriad of different influences, really, yeah.
So when you guys are recording, do you go into a proper studio? Are you able to do a lot of it at home like you can do now with the technology, or how does that work?
We like to do a lot of pre-production at home, a couple different studios we have access to, but when it comes to throw it down for real, we like to go up north to a Sonic Lounge up in Columbus, Ohio.
Joe
Grove
Veers.
City.
Shout out to Joe Veers.
Yep.
All right, there you go.
That's I was just gonna say that's where we recorded our last 2 albums, Sonic Lounge. So.
All right. So do you guys do a lot of the festivals over the summer, or do you?
We started to. We've done AJ Jolly. We've done this one. We've done a couple benefit festivals.
We're doing a festival for 50 West Brewery, Punch Out.
The biker thing is kind of.
The biker thing, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. We're a big fan of the festival scene. Again, it's a myriad of people and a very eclectic crowd.
Outside is always fun.
Oh, sure, yeah. Outside shows are always a good time.
Night Ranger coming up.
Yeah, we got Night Ranger, the Pigtown Palooza Festival. That's going to be on July 13th, I think.
13th or 14th, I can't remember. Hold on. Go ahead, keep going.
As long as you hit up liftthemedium.com, you'll have all the good information.
Okay. Yeah, because it seems like some bands don't like necessarily playing outside during the day. I remember I saw Oingo Boingo back in the day, and Danny Elfman, that guy loves the dark. Yeah. It was the middle of the afternoon at Carnegie Mellon University, and he was like, no, this is not right. But you guys like doing the outside big stage thing?
I think wherever there's people, we're happy. You lose a lot of that intimacy, a lot of that light show, a lot of that, kind of intimate moment together where everything's kind of in tune together, with the crowd and the band. But when you're outside, and it's the wind's blowing, you're on the river and you got a bunch of people and you have a good, receive on from the people, then it goes well,
And you also, I guess, you can get more people exposed to the band, 'cause maybe some people came to see, this lot or Rex, and then they did, to hear you guys.
Oh yeah, we went up the stairs since we got done loading and probably hit up another 10, 15 people like, hey man, you guys are great. Like, here's our business card. Check out our website. Hit us up. So it's great to see that kind of response again from a younger demographic crowd. So.
And so, how did you actually get this gig? Do you submit to be? I know, like usually with festivals, you have to submit a demo, but
96 Rock competition. It was an online, and then it went to a live competition out at Miami Gaming Valley Casino.
Oh, okay.
We performed live there against 5 other bands, I think it was.
Yeah,
4 other bands.
About 1,000 people there. It was nice.
Yeah. But it was a good time. Got a chance to actually, all right, let's see you guys live in the flesh. Because this is going to be for Bunbury. So, and we won that. And we're happy and honored to be here, man. It's been an awesome experience.
So when you're watching other bands, you get a little nervous and go, oh, I don't know, or are you guys pretty confident?
I think at this point we're pretty confident about our own sound. You know what I mean? It's our own niche, and we stick to it.
I'm never really worry about what other bands are doing. I respect them and admire them and stuff like that.
If anything, they challenge us. You know what I mean? All right, we got to bring it. Let's bring our A game.
It's like game on. Yeah, and
it's inspiring a lot.
I just love to see musicians doing their thing.
Yep.
Smiles on faces, people happy, enjoying themselves, and loving what they do.
Yeah, so the record industry has changed a lot. I was talking to Rex about that, how, it's less about selling records and more about getting people to come out live because everyone's stealing your music. So, how are you guys approaching that? Is it more focused on the live sound, or is it, what's kind of the concentration of the effort?
We jokingly had this little motto of, we're going to become this traveling t-shirt band that happens to play music. And we've turned over a pretty large profitable margin 3 times on our merchandise while building fans in the process. So the music's still genuine and it's still being put out there in that platform. But it's still tough. Slipknot's hit number 1 just a few years ago, and they made like 1% off record sales. Because there's so much owed back to the company. So they're like, well, how are you guys making your money? Well, tour. You got to tour. And the times have changed. You just can't sit back and collect residuals off off album sales, I should say.
I think that's starting to evolve too, because streaming is now the main thing. So Congress just passed a whole bunch of rules to revamp the payouts for that. I think streaming is going to be a much more profitable thing. I don't think people are stealing music like they used to. I think everything's gone streaming because honestly it's way too convenient to have the whole world at your fingertips musically. Streaming services cost $10 a month. You get any song you want anytime you want.
That's a good point. Yeah, even though I own a lot of my music because I'm old, I will still listen to it on Spotify to help my bands make money.
Sure. The best way you can support a band these days is to buy the album and listen to it online.
Yeah.
You have that album, you have the artwork, you have the lyrics, or what have you, that physical package that we all loved when we went to the record store and bought it. It's tangible, it's real, you know what I mean?
Smell it.
But to go online and Spotify, Pandora, what have you, any kind of musical distribution, and to press play, you're also supporting that artist as well. And that's where times have changed a lot. So that's the best way you can really support a band is buying the physical copy and listen to them online, streaming.
So you guys go up with CDs or albums, or what's the...
I still got a couple 8-tracks in my possession.
Yeah, that's right.
My first thing was records, but I stole my mom and dad's record player.
Some 90s tapes,
What was in your mom and dad's record collection?
Oh Lord, Tower of Power, Electric Light Orchestra, Chicago,
Blue
Beatles, Beach Boys, all that.
Beach Boys, yeah. Our product manager Billy is a proper ELO fan, and he's a younger guy too. So, Do you see a lot of do you have a cross section, I guess, of demographic of kids? You have
We have a wide range for sure. Yeah, I mean we go from 70s to 17. It's crazy.
That's cool. And so, what do you kind of owe that to? Just because you have that broad influence of music?
I think it is that. It's a myriad of our influences, and even who we are on stage and who we are as people. The backdrop to us is, we just want to make people feel good, and we put it inside the music, and it kind of resonates with the younger demographic all the way up to the older demographic. So just kind of that feel good music, kind of bring it back to that raw sound. There's plenty of bands out there who we admire and respect, who have sequencing and tracking and backing and all that kind of stuff. But we've always paid homage to, we're going to produce on the record, let's produce it live. Everything you're hearing, that's why we're big. We'll take an hour out of practice just to work on vocal harmonies, and really own in on what we're doing so we can produce what's on the album, what you're enjoying live in that live setting. So,
is there a dream gig you guys would like to do, be it a festival, be it working with a certain producer, be it working on doing a movie soundtrack?
Nice one. Yeah, Rock and Range would be cool.
Sounds nice.
I was always inspired when Dave Grohl said, we've played Wembley, we've played 80,000 people. Like, where do we go from here? Yeah. So I'm like, where do you go? You know what I mean? I think it's a continuum for us. We just want to play in front of people and do it for a living. And we've been very successful at it in the last few years, and it's kind of exponentially grown. So we're just going to see where the course takes us. Just keep pushing the envelope.
I'd love to play Burning Man, but that's just kind of weird.
Is Burning Man still on? I didn't even know.
Is it? It should be. I thought it was.
I thought so. My buddy goes out there, but he actually sells handbags. He's in the handbag business, but he goes out there every year. He's out in Los Angeles. Yeah. Coachella. There you go. Yeah. So that's another thing. Live music seems to be really healthy, a lot healthier than it was, because back, in England, they've always had the big festivals, Glastonbury and Reading. Yeah. But here, we had them for a while, and then we didn't, and now they're, everywhere. So that's got to be good news for you guys.
It seems like there's almost this competition, this fight, and it's a good competition. You got Rock in the Range. Okay, well, we got Louder Than Life. And then, you got the Bunbury, and then you got the Coachella, and you got all these pockets of the grid that are...
Bunbury.
And then Bunbury, yeah, exactly. That are becoming a catalyst just for people to appreciate music just to begin with again. You know what I mean? So it's very reassuring to see that, because, going back to your question, is rock dead? No, it's alive. You just got to get out there, you know what I mean, and see that it's alive. So
I want to see every major city have a festival like this. It's awesome. Yeah. We're glad to play Bunbury. It's great.
Oh, yeah, and it's such a great setting, too. I think we're actually very...
right by the river.
Exactly, yeah. People should be jealous. Well, there's Forecastle in Louisville, too. You guys think of playing that one?
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to get down there and hit that one.
We are always booking.
There you go. So speaking of which, how can people find you? LiftTheMedium.com, you said?
LiftTheMedium.com, or you can Google Lift the Medium. You'll certainly find us right away on that first page. We're everything Pandora, Spotify.
513-317-2414.
Yeah.
Send them lots of selfies.
Yeah. But yeah, you can find us on the network easily, yeah.
And all the social?
Yeah. Yep. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Yeah. And we're plugging away at all of them.
4chan. No.
And so do you guys find, one social media platform more comfortable than the other? Because I know it's kind of the kids are on one thing and, guys our age are on another thing, or is it someone else handle that?
Literally, split up, delegate kind of different responsibilities. Hey, I'll take Facebook. You take Instagram, you take Twitter, you know what I mean?
I like Instagram because it focuses on pictures and all that craziness. So
video now too.
Seems the biggest platform now.
Yeah. Facebook's probably one of our bigger ones. Yeah.
Probably because of a certain age. So like how old are you guys? I mean, you
38.
All right. And still plugging away. Rock keeps you young.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've seen Spinal Tap.
As young as you feel, right?
You've seen Spinal Tap, right? And they asked.
These go to 11.
They asked Derek. They asked Derek at the end of the movie if he feels, if it keeps him young, and he says he feels like a preserved moose on stage. Hey! Is that? Do you guys feel like young on stage? And that keeps?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. It always brings you kind of back to home. You know what I mean? Like it's that moment of this makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like the first time you grabbed a drumstick or threw a bass or a guitar on, and you're like, wow, here I am, and it's
It's good for the cardiovascular and.
It's great for the cardiovascular.
All right.
It's a young mindset. That's what it is. You're only as young as you feel.
Exactly, yeah.
Great. Well, thanks, Lift the Medium, for talking to us today and for being on the Cincy Shirts podcast. And good luck.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.